Welcome back to Pisces TV with Dr. MB. Let's get started with your reading. And this is your pick a card. I decided to do one for finances and domestic matters. So as you can see, these were your choices. I do have bonus cards allotted to each choice. And if you didn't choose with the thumbnail, feel free now to make your decisions. I will give you a moment to take a look over these random U.S. notes. Okay? You have the $10 bill, the famous $1 bill, and the not so spoken of $2 bill. Choose wisely. And we're going to move forward with group 1. Group 1. Let's get started. Ooh. You do know that 1, 10, and 19 are some of my favorite numbers because of the resonance with the sun card. And I actually have the Roman numeral 19 with the sun as a tattoo on my left arm. So go group 1. You also have the 8 of Wands. I like movement here. You have an energy, an action, a direction, and highly auspicious boon card with the 8 of Wands and the 6 of Swords. Okay. I'm doing what I feel here. Y'all just vibe with me. You also have Watch Out, which I thought was very interesting. So it kind of gives me the fox as the teacher or an advisor of some sort, which could be you, or, depending on what the cards say. And then you have the benevolent guide, which is a bee. And I love that because it's so pretty. That's why I like this card. So, finances with the sun card, any Nances, okay, with the sun card is highly auspicious, very happy, speaks of abundance, could talk about children, could talk about your inner child. It's just the light, right? It's the energy. The number 19 could be significant. We haven't reached the 19th of this month, so just be mindful of some messages you may receive or a distance you may travel. But the sun ultimately represents success, joy, sunshine, day, warmth, and happiness. The sun shows up when life is sunny. Okay? And if you ain't feeling that, that's fine. But it talks about enlightenment, joy, happiness, a child, a warm place, being accepted, a self-realization, optimism, victory, and accomplishment. Specifically, in your career and finance section, it could speak to I would say leadership jobs, a fun job, that you may have talents in working with energy and life force energy. This card can speak of a career that makes a lot of sense to you, and you are aligned with what you are doing. Beautiful. Now, if this were like, because the magician is clever, right? So when the fox came out, I thought of the fox cards that I see, through my oracle cards and what the fox represents spiritually, which isn't always like something suspicious or shisty. It just means clever. Sometimes in life, not even just finance and business, we as Pisces are and have to be clever. The fox is also a wise teacher too, though, in some decks. But some decks, give it that, just like this one, give it that watch out. And I'm not going to take that away from the conversation, so we'll talk about that. But utilizing your talents in the best way may be important or of importance for you in the near future. And it speaks of a road trip or a fun job in collaboration with the Eight of Wands. So traveling or utilizing your gifts in a fun way. That is absolutely amazing. Now you also have the Six of Swords here too. And I like this because Six of Swords talks about moving out of troubled waters. So that's the advice if we're not in this sun card energy. And I appreciate that and respect that, to move out of the troubled waters. Okay. Love that. But they're traveling over water, so that's like double downing on travel. I've done natal charts before that stated the abundance or wherever your glory is, whatever Jupiter or whatever boons you have in your natal chart, kind of give a direction. And some people do have, finding love and also happiness in a career. And it has something to do with either foreigners or foreign land. Because I have cards that say things like you'll meet a foreigner or something like that. So there's that. But swift action could be the challenge. I don't know if it's challenging for you. So I'm not putting it on you. But in this position, it could talk about the present and it may talk about the challenge. So maybe something feels at a distance, or there's a swift action that needs to be taken for things to progress. There could be someone coming. Okay. So that's interesting. If that resonates, we'd have to talk about that. But having visitors, a quick turn of events. So this is, yay, a quick turn of events. And this is moving out of troubled water, and this is making your move. Learning something important, and specifically in your careers, talks about tourism, aviation, a quick progress in a career where you will have an opportunity to shine. This card is also for communication and work that involves emailing and messaging of all kinds. And it speaks of work where you have a lot of fun. Have a lot of fun. Have a lot of fun. Love that. Okay. There's also something about a holiday. I don't know what holidays are coming up, but just, I don't know, be open to it. The Six of Swords here, following your joy. So having fun and following your joy is the biggest message here. And I love that. Are you a really fun person? Are you guys the really fun people, or do you want to have fun? Or did you just come to say whatever spirit has to say? I'm going to listen and see what it says. But that's pretty dope. Entering a calmer time and stilling the mind. It also talks about skills where your mind moves away from fear-based thinking. Could be important. And this could be the fear-based thinking if you're always on the watch. The Six of Swords points to finding solutions and or changing locations. Feeling a bit low emotionally. So where this is the boon card, this talks about feeling a little bit low or being sentimental. If you wonder if you're moving in the right direction, this card is a confirmation for yes. If you don't feel you're moving in the right direction and came here for some, this card could also suggest the need for change. In your careers, it signifies science, problem solving, computer, and travel jobs. So we have travel jobs, relocating due to work and work trips. Very interesting. Now, you have watch out here. There is more than meets the eye, so be careful with whom you deal your finances with. Someone may be taking advantage of your vulnerability. Now, someone with this energy, I can see possibly getting taken advantage of, especially if it's through phone calls and emails, okay, from someone overseas. Be mindful of that. The benevolent guide is probably who's saying, be mindful of them collectors over there with that crap they're doing on them phone calls and them emails. So watch that. Or that could be who you are, because remember, the fox could be a teacher. So this says inner voice, guide, and ally. So this is a friend. This is a guide, or this is the inner voice. Oh, how easy it is to doubt the presence of the benevolent guide. The alchemist, falling into a moment of forgetfulness, feels alone and begins to doubt their work. Disarray and discontent follow. Who do I listen to? Where do I turn for guidance? All while the benevolent guide hovers close, awaiting to be acknowledged, waiting to be heard amidst the noise of the world. It whispers words of kindness and encouragement into the ears of the alchemist, and when this card appears, it asks us to recall the guidance we have received at important junctures in our life. That benevolent presence is constant, not conditional. Now is not the time for struggle or fear. Soften into the gentle humming of the wise bee. You cannot make a wrong choice when the spirit rector is near. So, am I going in the right direction? You cannot make a wrong decision. I absolutely love that. It says the wind as a messenger. So look at that. You got the sun card as a messenger. And this card also is said to have like an archangel that is guiding these two people, the woman and the child, across the waters. So this talks about a guide of some sort, the person with the stick. That is so dope. So if you are interested, if it resonates and you'd like a personal private reading, I am available. Go to PysesTV.com. It'll take you to the Etsy store, or you can always check the below tab, the description box, and email me directly. Or I could just tell you now. I always say that. Check the description box. Or you can just email Dr. MB, so DRMB, at PysesTV.com. Okay, and we can talk a little bit about that. So go you, group 1. We're going to move to group 2. Group 2, you are up next. Let's start with our infamous dollar bill. Okay, dollar bill, y'all. I don't know, other than the Benjamins, what other bill is more popular than the good old dollar? These are some dope cards. Let's see what we got here. the uncreated. So we have the Six of Pentacles, the Magician, the Ten of Wands, and Bothered. Don't fear failure, but be afraid of regrets. Your worries are blocking your success. Remind yourself of your greatness and stay optimistic. So we're just going to remind ourselves that you are absolutely amazing and you are great. Okay? Starting out with the Six of Pentacles. Okay, if I said anything else, scratch that. You have the Six of Pentacles, which talks about generosity towards those who have less than you. It can also mean receiving generosity from others. And I think that that is absolutely amazing. Let's see here. Giving or receiving charity. Being kind. High personal status. All right. Could be showing off our magical gifts and doing the work. Completing the work. Sharing wealth, earning a wage, giving of yourself to others, and entertaining others. For your careers specifically, the Six of Pentacles could signify jobs where you support others in one way or another. The Six of Pentacles can mean that you will have a financial advantage to help others, such as having a business that employs people. Hello? I love that. Imagine you wondering what you're going to do, and you the one that they're going to come to when they have the same question. I think that that's absolutely amazing. The next card that you have is the Magician, which is a major arcana and talks about the present and or the potential or challenge. You have the potential to manifest. The Magician represents your ability to communicate clearly to yourself and to be innovative. So that's why it's important to do this. The way we speak to ourselves, the way we think to ourselves, that's important. And the Magician has the tools and resources available to manifest his desired outcome. So it is a good card to get if you want to create. Love that for you. Realizing your potential and believing in yourself is important, as well as using your talents, being in charge of your own destiny, being able to sell yourself, sell your ideas, and sell a product, using old skills in a new field, and reinventing yourself. And this is the perfect time for that, Pisces, or whoever stumbled upon this video. As we are in Aries season, Mars is in Aries, the moon was in Aries, and Mercury doing something. Mars is in Pisces. Yeah, so that's what's helping you out. But it's a highly auspicious time to get some of that confidence, to get some of that control of our royal court and the wand suits. I think that's a fine time for that. The Magician, for your career specifically, talks about sales and communications. It denotes being on the right career path. In a general career kind of, questionnaire, the Magician denotes that you'll be able to use your talents in your job, and can also speak of innovation. So you could be creating something. That's the great work. It is, I feel, to find whatever you came on this planet for. But anytime I say those words or see those cards, it's something of significance. Now with the Ten of Wands, it talks about hard work and taking on more responsibilities. You could be finding it hard to delegate and are instead doing it all yourself. That happens. The Ten of Wands could speak to being burdened with work and responsibilities, or being just task oriented, punishing ourselves for our performance, making other people happy instead of ourselves. Look at that. Working hard, right? For your career specifically, it signifies working on more challenging projects. A project manager of some sort could be a great career field for you. And you could feel that you're under a lot of work demands when this card shows up. It's likely you feel very responsible for the work that you do. And nothing is wrong with that. Now, your alchemy card is the uncreated, and what I thought was so cool is it's symbolic to me, right, based on my perspective, of some magician energy where you have the aces and it's like you have the tool, and with those tools you create what you want. So uncreated means that here are the resources and the tools to do what it is that you want, and you can just start yabbing away at whatever this is to create what it is that you want to create. So it's like a fresh slate. It's a clean drawing board, but it's not empty, because here's the thing you're creating with, and then you're gonna mold it, something like that. All right, now from the book, let's see here. This is the unconceived and the seed of seeds. Love that. There was a time when everyone you know was not yet born, when every city was yet to be named, when your favorite song was yet to be sung. Such is the energy of the uncreated. This card indicates the subtle but profound force that summons all that will be into existence. This most sacred of formulas cannot be manufactured, contained, bought, or sold. And see, that's in alignment with being innovative. This isn't something that's even been done like this before. It's the pure intelligence of creation pulsing at the door of reality. Its timing is precise, and it is happening now. So don't delay. Send an invitation to the uncreated. Allow it to formulate and gestate. Soon, a sketch, a map, a name will draw itself upon your mind. Envision and believe. The architect, what is that? Architecture? Yeah. Of the future is within you. And you know, architecture, that's a terminology used with the emperor. Okay? The builder. All ground is fertile. Life begets life. The building you reside in was once an idea. So I don't know, building you reside in, that's real estate. That's creation, because I mean, you're in a body, right? I don't mean to sound like an alien, but I am a starseed. So basically, the building, the body, the building you reside in literally was an idea. And you're up next to build. We are going to move to group 3. Group 3, with your magical $2 bill. Let me tell you something funny about that $2. I'm from the South, yes, and my ancestors would go to the banks and save them. Like the $1,000 bill, the $2 bill, you don't see them a lot, and it's almost like somebody would have to tell you about them, or you'd have to take a history class or something like that to even know that they exist. So shout out to y'all, group 3. All of the dollars, okay, are appreciated for sure. But that's unique. So here we go. Yeet. You got the magnum opus, the great work. One of the most highly notable cards in this deck. You also have feast. And baby, why wouldn't a feast come with completing your great work? You have the King of Swords. You have the Judgment card and the Star. You have all major arcanas. Okay? And Spirit is saying switch these around. I thought about it because the Star was on top, but I just depended on how I laid them down. You know, don't tell me what to do. We have Aquarius, and Gemini. Whew. You can take a moment to appreciate this selection, and we're gonna get started with you, group 3. That is something. Starting out with the Star card is insane, right? I was excited about the King of Swords because that's the planner, that's the general, that's the I win the battle and the war, that's the one who delegates, that's the one getting the respect, the one who's victorious, right? I was excited about that. But this Star represents hope, a bright future, joy, optimism, and guidance, having answers to your questions, being and feeling the connection to the divine. So that is a gift that you may have, a connection to the divine and an inspiration of some sort. The Star shines so bright that when it shows up in a reading, it tells you that you are being the light in someone's life. Do you hear me? Sudden changes and awakening. It also talks about fame, being unique, caring about others and spiritual relationships, as well as living your bliss. Specifically for your career and finance, it talks about media, public service. The Star can also mean working in healing. This card speaks of a career that feels very healing to you. Amazing. Coming into the reading, the Star card as feelings speaks to positive feelings after a time of difficulty. So wherever you are in that timeline, just know that this Star could be in your environment. All right? You could be experiencing joy again, or up for a surprise. It even talks about falling in love, but we'll talk about that later. Now, with the Judgment card here, that's also this awakening realization, this life purposey, very serious thing, okay? Because like I said, you have all major arcanas here, so this isn't some everyday type of deal. Whatever brought you into this reading is a big deal to like your soul purpose or your mission here on this planet, or to your career. How about that? So with the Judgment card, in general, it represents taking responsibility for our actions in our life, being a good judge of character, and saying the truth and knowing what you want. That may be important, and that could also be the challenge for you right now. It shows up when you need to step up and be a leader, speaking the truth and being more assertive. And I think this Mars and Pisces and Aries season, with this Aries moon and all of these transits and an eclipse, that's some energy that may help if we harnessed it. Being a good judge of character, a change or a transformation that you're ready for, so it's not as unpredictable and or uncomfortable as the Tower, right? It's a little better. Taking responsibility for your life, stepping up to the task, and being the person you were always meant to be. Recognizing your true vocation, hearing a call and answering it, unburdening ourselves. Specifically for your career, it talks about recruitment, politics, and management. This shows up, and in turn, you could be receiving a call into a profession, like business, okay? But for a more creative approach, it talks about art collectors, art dealers, and things of that nature. As far as the challenging feelings, if any, that you could have, it talks about healing emotionally after disappointments and setbacks. There are emotional triggers that have been buried deep since childhood, and old wounds are often reopened again. You will have an opportunity to heal old wounds and have a new beginning where you'll be able to deepen your love. And see, this card talks about possible love, so we want to do the work because we might have an opportunity. Okay? The King of Swords here, like I said, that just gives me victory. But I know the King of Swords is like headstrong and focused, a clear thinker. And it talks about a police, a judge, or a lawyer. That's child. Let me find out. A police, a judge, or a lawyer gonna be like, hello? You could have had those dreams and ambitions or dealt with it in a past life. All right? It's time to celebrate your hard work and even your small wins. An unexpected income or pay raise is on the horizon. Hello? Is this thing on? Did you hear me? I think that is super cool. Child, let me tell you. You got the star card and a lawyer, a judge, an attorney, or something like that. That's kind of cool. I'm gonna go watch this video and act like I didn't see it, and I'm just gonna choose deck 3 because it's something about how I feel about that $2 bill. So if this wasn't something that I was hosting, I think I would have chosen the $2 bill. I'm not gonna hold you. So with the great work, right, is I'm trying to like tone down my excitement because I don't want group 1 and 2 to come into group 3 like, oh yeah. But this talks about attention, devotion, and vocation, one day at a time. Okay, the magnum opus, okay, shimmers in the distance, promising purpose, achievement, and understanding. When will we get there? When will our efforts be recognized? Amidst pressure and expectations, we come to realize each alchemist's life is a combination of moments in which attention is placed upon a subject within the laboratory. So that's within you. The artist draws a single line, the poet scribes a single word, and the rose forms a single leaf. This card reminds us that the alchemical garden grows from seeds tended to by devoted hands and the grace of sun, water, and earth. You cannot force the great work. You cannot claim it or complete it. This card arrives to whisper words of encouragement. You are in the right place, the most important place for you. This is the alchemical garden. Tend to the youngest growth. Be delicate and precise. And guess which card? Come on, guess which card talks about precision? So being precise is your message from Source for your feast and possibly your lover, as well as to heal. Okay? And I do hope that you guys enjoyed. As usual, I'm going to give you a moment as a collective to meditate and kind of like ponder on the words that were spoken to you. Thank you for watching.